Hello, hello. Welcome to Boss Up Your Brand Night 1. My backdrop's kind of falling over, but we're rolling with it. Happy Tuesday. When you are on here, I am going live with StreamYard. So if you are not a StreamYard user, it should have instructions on the live how you can click to allow so that I can see who you are. So when you are hopping on, tell me hello below. Tell me your name. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what your business is. I want to hear all the things. This really helps me so that I can help serve you as the night goes on, or as the week goes on, rather, because we're going to be together for 3 different nights. We're going to talk about all things branding. Okay, all things branding. I'm so excited. So tonight we're really diving into the branding piece of things. Tomorrow we are using that to create a freebie, also called a lead magnet, so that you can promote yourself and please. Oh my gosh, I just spoke in Spanish. I'm a Spanish teacher. I was going to introduce myself later. I'm a Spanish teacher, so sometimes words apparently come out in Spanish. But we're going to use our lead magnet to talk to, I see some comments coming in. Hello, hello. Use our lead magnet to talk to new people, to get ourselves in front of other people, and to strengthen those bonds that we already have. And then our final night, probably my favorite night, is creating content with everything that we have together. Hello to Rhonda. I see a Facebook user that just said, hey, I'm not sure who you are because you have to identify, click that link for StreamYard and enter your name. Someone said, did I do this right? I don't see your names. I'm not sure. Hello. All right. I see Renee. Renee, you still say Facebook user as well. So guys, if you don't mind, if StreamYard to give it access where it says to click that, please go ahead and do that now. If not, like write your name like in parentheses or something. So Indiana Unique. Yes. Hello. Hello. Math Whisperer. I help build math confidence in students and ease math frustrations in your home. Amazing. Where's everyone tuning in from? And if you're watching this replay, drop hashtag replay. And I'm going to go ahead. Hello, hello, guys. I hope everyone has had a fabulous day. Hi. Everyone says Facebook user. This is so strange. I wonder if technology is just really hating on me today, which is totally fair. Hello from Oklahoma. Facebook user. I can't see your name. Hey, Maya Humphrey, Unique. Hi, Maya. Maybe it worked now. It didn't. At least not from my end. Oh, wait. Okay. I see Melissa. Melissa, your name popped up now. Yes, you are good. Indiana, New York. Awesome. Do we have anyone? Dayton, Ohio. Who's from Dayton? Dayton's close to me. I'm from Ohio. New York. Do we have any other countries on live? I know this is probably a poor time. And no, we have a lot of other countries signed up. I am doing fine. Thank you. I can't see who asked, but I appreciate you asking. All right, Mary. Yes, I can see your name now. Newton Falls, Ohio. Crystal Picker, Young Queen, currently in Missouri. Taronda, I'm the one from Dayton. Hello, Taronda. Cincinnati. Okay, awesome. Hello, Ruth. Yay. I can see Ruth's name. Hello. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to Young Queen, Unique. I love how that auto-corrected to Young Queen. I'm like, okay, I get it, Young Queen. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. While I share my screen, I will not be able to see your comments. So I'm going to probably pause every once in a while, come back over. You will need your like a pen and paper and or the workbook. I know the workbook. If you saw my live earlier, I kind of explained it. We got a little bit of hiccups with that. Oh, well, we're rolling with it. But I really want to make this workshop an actual workshop. Okay. So this is not just a training, it's a workshop. So we are getting like down in the weeds. We're going to walk through these things as we go along because I don't want this to be something else that you signed up for, that you watch the replay while you're doing the dishes and you just get like really nothing out of it, or you get something out of it, but you never actually act on it. That's the biggest thing that I like to work with my clients, with my women who are building these businesses, your freaking awesome, amazing businesses, is that we got to do the action, right? Like if you're like me, I love to learn all the things, like give me all of the personal development and all the trainings, and it makes me feel so empowered. But then I get home, but then, the broadcast ends and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? Because, like my mind is just full of all these things and I get in this overwhelm and then I don't do anything, or I do very little. So we're doing this all together. Hello, Angie. Yay, I can see your name too. Awesome, guys. So I'm going to go ahead, start the presentation. Feel free, get comfy. I'm still in my dress from work, but I'm like lounging. I got it at Meijer. It's like super comfortable. I don't know if you can tell, but anyway, I walked by it at Meijer and I was like, oh yeah, I need that. So let's share. Here we go. And I posted a post as I'm sharing this. I posted a post in the group earlier this week, and I asked you guys what you thought branding was. Loved all of those answers. Branding is all of the things that everyone shared, essentially. Let's see. Here we go. Awesome. And let's see if we see Canva. I think we do. Okay, we're going to go ahead and present this because I'm fairly certain you can see it. And we're diving right in. So, boss up your brand. A lot of things that people think of when we are talking about branding is colors, fonts, things like that. And that does definitely play into it, but we're going to dive way deeper into that tonight so that you leave here feeling very confident about whatever your brand is going to be. So here is the schedule of our workshop this week. Tonight, we are finding your brand. And yes, I mean finding and or creating, because here's the really cool thing is that you can create and you can find and create whatever brand you want to. It's kind of like a fresh slate that we are given, and you get the choice. Like, you can show up however you want to. You can have the values that whatever values you want to have, however you want to be presented, however you want to feel about yourself. All of that. We have choice. We have control over these pieces of our lives. And so that's what I want to remind you and really empower you tonight is like, even if you haven't been showing up in the way that you would like to show up, that's okay, because you can start new and you can start building all of these pieces of your brand from scratch today, like right now, tonight. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're going to discover and work through our pieces that create a brand that really attracts the right clients to us. Tomorrow night, we're creating our freebie, and this is what we use to get in front of new audiences. And then the third night, Thursday night, we're going to create our content. So we're going to pull everything together, our freebie, but really a lot of our brands that we're talking about tonight to create that magnetic content. Again, to create that know, like, and trust factor with your audience so that they're attracted to you and they're coming to you instead of the other way around. And then, of course, at the end, I'll share more ways that you can work with me, especially if you are brand new to my realm. And that's what I wanted to quickly introduce myself. So my name is Lindsay Dollinger. I'm a business coach. I'm the podcast host of the Purpose and Pixie Dust podcast. It was formerly the Social Selling Sisterhood. So if you've been listening since OG times, that's what it was. I rebranded this summer. So all these pieces of branding is just like really fresh in my mind because I did all this work again for my new brand. And I'll talk a little bit about why I did that a little bit later, probably. I'm a dog mama to my dog Bella. She's a rescue dog. She's over there. She likes her bed under a table in the corner. She's very especially after 6:00, she's like, okay, it's bedtime. Like, you need to be quiet. So she is being a little antisocial, totally fine. I'm a high school Spanish teacher, as I mentioned earlier. If you caught my slip when I switched into Spanish for some reason. I'm a top less than 1% network marketer. So I grew my network marketing business to the top less than 1%, and really worked that business for a solid few years. And now I do it more as an affiliate income, which if you listen to my podcast or you are in my realm, I talk a lot about using not even just network marketing, but affiliate marketing in general is a really awesome thing that you can add into your brand once we get it figured out. Sponsorships, things like that. And that's just another way that you can make money. I love traveling. I'm training right now for my first marathon, which is going to be at Walt Disney World because I'm a huge Disney lover. I've run some half marathons, and it's so funny because I don't consider myself a runner, but I'm currently signed up for 2 half marathons and a marathon. So if you've ever run one, we should talk because I'm getting a little nervous. My runs have only been up to like 6 miles so far, and I'm like, this isn't so bad. And then I'm like, okay, but I need to times like 4.5 of these for my marathon. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. So that's why we're doing these in the evenings, because I am back at school. We started school last week. And it's so interesting because I think a lot of people think, um, and coaches I've worked with have also said this, like, I feel like I had to quit my daytime job to really get credibility as a business coach. I don't think that's true. So that is like I'm allowed to do all the things that I love, just like you're allowed to do all the things that you love. And I work them really cohesively into my brand, which is why a brand is so important because I'm able to pivot or add new things into what I do. And my audience is just used to it or they support it and they don't question it because I have built this up over time. And you can do that too. And that is why branding is so important. I actually had a quote, didn't I? Oh, the quote is in your workbook about branding. There's a quote about, in the front of your workbook about branding. I don't have a copy here, so we'll pretend I didn't point that out, but read that quote because I really loved it. Okay, so the very first thing that we are going to dive into are the elements of branding. Now, disclaimer: I did an entire 8-week mastermind that like I was a student in about branding. I think it was 8 weeks, it might have even been 12. Summer of 2020, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was summer of 2020. So we can go, like, I'm obviously not going to go that in depth with this workshop. You can go super, super, super in depth with branding. This, I'm hoping we're going to scrape the surface of all of these 5 areas so that you feel confident enough that you can dive into that and keep doing that work yourself because your brand is something that is going to continue to evolve with you. So my brand right now looks completely different than the brand that I created when I started in the business realm 6 years ago, like completely different. I'm the same person, although I have grown and evolved because we grow and evolve, especially if you're doing your personal development and you are doing trainings and you're going to business coaching and things like that, you're going to change, right? So your brand is really flexible and able to change like that as well. So I don't want you to think just because you decide on things tonight, um, or decide on Wednesday and Thursday when we make our freebie or you start talking about your content, you're allowed to change those things. Like I did a complete rebrand this summer when I changed from the Social Selling Sisterhood to the Purpose and Pixie Dust podcast. A lot of people told me not to do it, including my own business coach. She was like, people aren't searching for that. But it felt aligned and it felt really like me because, like, you can tell maybe on here with my little Magic Kingdom castles, I love Disney, and a lot of my people really love Disney. Do I work with some people that don't? Yes. So is my content going to repel them? Probably not, but it's going to attract more of the people who are those Disney lovers, who want that magic, who want the pixie dust in their businesses and don't want the burnout. And it just felt really true to me. So I want you to think instead of what you think you should do, what you really in your core feel like is your brand, what you really feel like you should be doing. Okay. Like what you think you should be doing, not what other people and what society has like ingrained in you that you should be talking about and how you should show up. Okay. So, elements of branding. I'll get off my soapbox. How people feel. So, how do you want people to feel when they see your content? When they see your content, when they see your picture, when they interact with you? How do you want people to feel? And we're going to go through all of these. Language you use. What are some words that you're going to commonly use or maybe that you steer clear of? Content you share. This one we're really deep diving into on Thursday. So this is accumulation of all these other pieces that are listed here, but what kind of things are you going to be posting about on social media, emailing about your email list if you have one. Visual elements, this is the common one that we talked about, colors, fonts, pictures. Do you do selfies? Do you not do selfies? Do you always have a full face of makeup on because you sell makeup? Is your hair always done because you do hair? So those visual things where people see it and they're like, oh, that's so Lindsay. Which this color pink, one of my friends and teammates from one of the companies that I'm affiliated with, the back of my profile picture for a really long time was this pink. And her daughter, actually, which is so funny, her daughter saw that color pink at a store, like a color shirt or something. I forget exactly what it was, but she messaged me and she was like, oh my gosh, my daughter just saw this color pink in this, whatever. And she was like, this is like your friend Lindsay. She's like, you're doing your branding right. And that's what we want. Like, once you get to the point in your business or in your social media where people are sending you messages and saying, I saw this and thought of you. and it's part of your brand, you know you're doing something right. Like people send me Disney stuff all the time, stuff with the color pink, a podcast, and those are all like pieces that I have added into my branding. That's when you know you've reached your branding. Like you're like, yes, I finally arrived. So those are the visual elements. And then brand values. This is really important. What do you stand for? And getting clear on these are going to help you attract the right people. So this is just kind of an overview. We're going to deep dive into these 5 things tonight. Okay, let me hop off here and just see super quickly if any of you have any questions. I ran 3 half marathons. My full was at Walt Disney World. Okay, I can't see who said that, but I'm going to go back and look at the comments when I get done. Okay, I think we're good. All right, let me go back to share. Okay, so explaining your vision. And you know what? I swapped these two. Please. I thought about this tonight when I was walking my dog and Mike changed them. Okay, we're going to start with mission. This you probably have seen before if you have done any kind of work with a coach. I guess I should say we, because I'm a coach as well. We really like people to get clear on your mission. Who do you help by doing what? And like why are you helping them? So like a lot of people will say I help women, or maybe you put in maybe you want to say moms, maybe you want to say a specific type of women. I help women who are middle-aged. I help women who are not athletic run their first marathon by providing training and support, for example. So forming this mission statement will be your first step. This is going to really help. This is going to help you get really, really clear on who you're going to be serving, so your client avatar, and how you're going to be doing it. So there's a place for you to write this. If you already have an idea of this, go ahead and fill it in your workbook. If you need some help with that, drop what you're struggling with in the comments. So like I help women create and scale online businesses by providing them with systems, mindset, and strategies to do that in less time would be my mission. That explains everything I'm about all in one sentence. And that's kind of our goal. So who do you help? What are you helping them do? And some people say without. Sometimes I add in there like without overwhelm or without burnout. So the without is something that like people aren't going to want. No one wants burnout, right? No one wants overwhelm. Maybe you help women feel more confident. Maybe you help, help women feel more confident by teaching or showing strategies or ways to apply makeup to feel really good about themselves with self-care. So explaining your mission is kind of step 1. So I'm going to give you just a minute to craft that. Go back and see if there's any comments. Ruth, the workbook was emailed out. So please check your email. How we feel about the mission statement, guys. Sure, if you know your mission statement, please drop it here. Yeah, I'd love to read them. I'll put this back up. I should have my phone in here to be able to read comments, but it's charging. And this can be broader, and you can definitely tweak it, change it. I modify mine a lot, actually. Add words, delete words. Some people have their missions, once you get them really dialed in, as your bio on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. Someone said, I'm not sure my mission statement, struggling on that. Can you give me a little more context? And I also can't see your name. You'll have to register on that StreamYard link that's above. Okay, someone says, I help kids communicate confidently by providing tools and support without judgment or overwhelm. Awesome. I love that. And I don't know who that is. I feel like maybe that's Autumn, but I could be wrong. And you could even put, if you want to, like a certain age bracket. I help women find their inner beauty and visible confidence through high quality cosmetics and skincare, self empowerment, and strong sisterhood. Ooh, I love it. Okay, Angie, it is Autumn. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, that feels like an Autumn statement. Angie, awesome. So, tell me what business do you know what business you're promoting? Are you promoting photography? And even if you're promoting photography and your Color Street business, for example, bookkeeping. Okay. Bookkeeping for who? Tell me a little bit more. I help students ages 6 through 5 build math confidence by sharing multiple strategies to find success in math class and at home. I love that. That's awesome. So Angie, let's say I help, and then you're going to fill in who you're helping. Are you helping small businesses? Is this women entrepreneurs? Like, who are you going to focus on? Small business owners. Okay. Diamond art paintings. Okay, tell me a little bit more about the diamond art paintings as well. Who are you actually painting them and selling them? Are you teaching people how to do them? Okay, Angie, is this a done for you service? I'm assuming with bookkeeping, or are you teaching people how to do bookkeeping? I think that's going to change that. So we're just going to use Angie as an example, and hopefully guys, if you're hearing this will help you like piece together how you're going to do yours as well. Done for you. Okay. So, I help small business owners, let's say, streamline and organize. I'm gonna show my lack of knowledge right now with bookkeeping. Does that mean taxes too? This is so bad. I should know this. But streamline, organize. So what do you do in that service? Organize keep your business organized and streamline your finances without overwhelm, and that's done for you, not taxes. Okay. Does that make sense, Angie? Does that feel pretty good? And then we can like add stuff in there. Yeah, guys, you don't need the workbook necessarily. We're going through everything on the slide, so you can just write it on paper. I'm doing them and selling them in frames. Then customers pick the frames and special orders on diamond paintings. Awesome. Okay. So how do you want those people to feel? That's what we're doing. So I provide customers with, what did you call them? Diamond art, with diamond art paintings. Yeah, I picked the frame and special orders on diamond art paintings. I'm doing them. I would have to know a little bit more, I think, about your business, but I can go back and private message you, because I don't know if you're doing like custom orders per se, or if you have like a website where people pick. But essentially, and you might come up with this as we go through the other branding things when we talk about how we want people to feel when they get our product, those sorts of things as well. Okay. I know that's not really an answer you want, but we'll come back to you. Okay, we're going to keep going. I feel like mission statement, where a lot of us are like getting there at least. Again, we can come back to this. So next up, after we have our mission, and you can do these in any order, is your vision. So the difference between the mission and the vision is that your vision is just kind of like the overarching, almost like theme of how you are showing up, like what you really want to accomplish. And think vision like for the rest of your life. Like this is a long-term what you want to do. And so my mission is to empower women with the tools, systems, and mindset that they need to build a business of their dreams without burnout. It's kind of similar to this, except this is me is talking directly to that woman. I help working women, right, do this by blah, blah, blah. This is just saying like my mission. Here's my mission in life. This is my mission with my business. I want to provide these paintings in your home so that you feel happy and enjoyment when you come into your space. So you feel, luxury. Maybe that's one of your brand words, which we'll talk about. I help people with their bookkeeping so that you have the time freedom to go off and do the other things that are your zone of genius or that have nothing to do with your business. So like that's my mission, is to be able to streamline this for you so you don't have to worry about it. My mission is to help women feel really, really confident in their skin, with their makeup, with their skincare, with their health routine, so that they can do XYZ with their life. Okay. None of these, the majority of people will never, I'm saying majority, will never mention your actual product in these, because this is so much bigger than your product. Your brand is so much bigger than your product. And because of that, that's why you see so many people adding in pieces to their businesses. They're in network marketing, they add on coaching, they add on tutoring, they add on physical products that they sell. They add on affiliate marketing. They get with different sponsorships. Like I have talked some, not a ton recently, but some about like my gut health journey. If you have been following me for very long, I had colon surgery in 2016. And so like I just found a gut health supplement company. It's not network marketing, but like I'm posting it. I'm an affiliate for them now. And that's another way for me to bring income in. And so like that, like I tie it in, and I'll show you how I tie it in when we get to branding on the fourth night with content. But like to me, women have to be healthy in order to be able to do these things that I'm mentioning here. And so I weave that into my brand. So this, we don't want your vision and we don't want your mission to be so very niched that you can't bring in other things, especially your vision. Your vision is going to be more general. Your mission is going to be a little more niched. So if you have an idea about your vision, some of you might know this already. Some of you are going to need to think about it some more. Go ahead and drop that in the comments if you have it. Go back to this slide for a second. So maybe your mission is to empower kids, that they actually like math, that they feel confident reading and speaking out loud in front of people. That's a huge, important mission. And all of the missions are huge and important, right? Let's see if we have any. Oh no, we have some mad faces. I hope you're not mad at something I said. Angry. Hopefully we're not getting too mad with this. My vision is to help women find freedom of time, financial independence, and the confidence for them to be able to do the same. Ooh, I love that. That's strong. Bad what? Phone acting up. No worries at all. That's so funny. I'm like, oh no. Did I hear correctly? Mission is specific, vision is broad. Yes, you did. That is correct. So your vision's more broad. Mine look pretty similar here. Sorry, this should say vision. My bad. That's from my typo from earlier. You could even simplify your vision if you didn't want to be so specific with all these things that I listed in here. Empower women to build the business of their dreams. I actually might take that out. I might just change it to that. It should be a short blurb. And then you can add in all the other ways that you do that. My vision is to empower kids to communicate confidently with fun tools and the support they need. I love that. I'm just mad my name won't show up for you. Oh my gosh, Crystal, that's hysterical. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on. This is both of these topics are really great thing for you to journal about. If you are a journaler, just sit down and just like let the pen go on paper, like, the end of your life or the end of your working time, whatever year you want that to be. What do you want to have accomplished? Like, what is your vision? If you can look in, 20, 30, 60 years, we're living long, guys. What's your vision? What would you love to have people say about you? Like, wow, I love Lindsay because she really empowered women to build the business of their dreams. Like, boom, I would love people to say that about me. Hopefully they will. So that's my vision. Okay, these really, really help. And I'm going to give you guys a second to brainstorm these. Values. What values are important to you and your brand? So remember, we're not thinking you're a unique business right now. We're thinking you and the kind of people that you want to work with, because you are your brand. Your network marketing company is not your brand. Your teaching company is not your brand. You are your brand. Okay. Let's make sure we get that. We're on the same page there. What values are important to you as a person and your brand? So I listed some of mine here: honesty, integrity, leadership, driven. I'm driven, and I hope my clients are as well. Authentic. Like, I'm going to be real with you. Like, if my dog throws up, I'm going to tell you that my dog's throwing up. Like, if I, I'm having a bad day, I'm going to tell it to my client. Like, so really showing up truly as you, is important to me. I want to be inspiring and fun loving. Like, I want to bring joy to people. So what are some values? Feel free to drop them down. And if you feel comfortable, feel free to share. While you're doing that, I'm going to go grab a list I have in the other room of some more values that I'm going to read to you. So I'll give you a minute to do that. And my light broke. Oh, no. Ew. Nope. There we go. Tripped over the light. Talk about being authentic. Hi, baby. Thank you. Did I scare you when I fell? Yes, I know. So your values. And I will show you at the end this book because it's freaking awesome. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's some values. I'm just going to read. There's literally so many in here, so I'm just going to read a few of them. Accessible, adventurous, ambitious. I think I had ambitious as well on mine. Approachable, body positive, bold, calm, you care. Casual, clarity, classic, classy, clean, clever, comfortable, commitment, communication, community, compassion, confidence, connection, conservative, contemporary, consistent, courage, craft, creative, custom, culture, dedicated, dependable, diligent, direct, dynamic, dramatic, edgy, education, elegant, empower, energetic, energy, excellence, exclusive, experienced, feminine, fresh, friendly, fun, funky, fun-loving, genuine, glamorous, goal-driven. I had goal-driven on mine as well. I didn't share on there. Grounded, healthy, helpful, humorous, imaginative, innovative, insightful, instinctual, integrity, intuitive, joyful, leader, leadership, loyal, luxury. So that's a word that I use when we're talking about your paintings or your pictures. Magnetic, masculine, maverick, mysterious, non-judgmental, original, passionate, passion, peace, polished, positive, powerhouse. I like that one a lot. Precise, proactive, quirky, radiance, real, rebellious, refined, relatable, relationships, relaxed, resilient, resourceful, retro, rugged, safe haven, simple, solutions, southern, spicy, spiritual, steady, tenacious, timeless, tough, traditional, transparent, trustworthy, trust, unique, vigilant, warm, welcoming, witty. Okay, let's see if anyone dropped any in the comments. I'd love to have my own store with my crafts in there and people to know my name. Yeah, just from looking at a picture. I love that. What a vision, right? Open-minded, supportive, honest, adventurous, creative, fun, loyal. 3 biggest values: authenticity, honesty, ethical. Good. I want people to feel confident, inspired, strong, creative, empowered. I love that, guys. Those are awesome. Okay. So, values that are important to you. Let's see what our next one. And again, I'm not diving as deep into that in this, but you can also then write out based off those sorts of values and go through an ideal client exercise where you're writing out, okay, my ideal client is these things. So some of those things that I mentioned, my ideal client is a leader. They are loyal. They are resourceful, proactive. You can do the same thing with your client. That will also help you make the right content for them. So once you have your values, you know how you're going to show up. So the thing to keep in mind with the values then is as you're creating content, as you're showing up on social, before you make a post, ask yourself, does this post show me in this light that are my values? If you're having a day and let me find a word that's maybe not the best. Let's see what we can find. If you're having a day and you are dramatic is one. Okay, so dramatic is a word. And you make this post and it's real dramatic. I'm not saying that you can't post things like that. I don't believe that. When I very first started in business and it was in network marketing, we were taught to never post anything controversial. And it's so funny because now people teach the opposite of that. I'm kind of in between, especially being a teacher. I have to watch what I post. But I think that when you post those controversial things, if they are in support of your values, you're going to attract the right people, because the people who don't agree with you are either, it's not going to be that big a deal to them, or you're going to repel them, which is fine because they're not your ideal client anyway. Right. So we really kind of want to think about that just briefly. You don't have to, I don't want you to get in your head about it, but your values as you are posting and showing up. Along with that, what is your language going to look like when you are talking, when you are doing a live, when you're making a post? So I like to start with the words you're never going to use. A big one I think of is curse words. Are you going to curse online or not? No judgment. Either way, I just find that you stick with it and you build that as part of your brand if you are going to step into that. So if you're going to be the F-bomb queen, be the F-bomb queen, but step into that. And it's not just something that you use occasionally, like that is part of your language. Are you never going to use, I can think of a lot of things that I never use just because that's not in my values, but I'm never going to use racial slurs because I don't use them. I'm never going to use discriminatory language because I don't use it in my natural life. So this is kind of how you naturally speak anyway. The only thing is that once you get these values down, you can start putting your values, these specific words, like inspiring, into words you frequently use and or phrases or ways that you greet people or sign off of lives, posts, emails. So what I mean by that is if you want to be inspiring, maybe on Fridays you create content where you're talking about an inspiring woman entrepreneur that is in your space. And she inspires me and so you are purposely peppering in those words that are part of your values. So let's see. You guys gave me some examples of your words. Y'all, I'll never use. There you go. I have a military background, so if cuss words come out, then yes. So, um, let's see. Mary talks about being bold. First of all, I love the word bold. I think bold was in mine as well. So, in some of her content, she's going to create content and say, like, here's some ways to be more bold, or I did something really bold today. And she's purposely going to put those words into her posts. Up here, honest, integrity, authentic, committed, loyal. I am committed to doing XYZ. I'm showing up consistent because here's the reasons why I'm showing up. And these are the things. So you're just peppering it in. The words confidence, empowered, strong, those are all great words that you can pepper into your language. So people get used to hearing that. And then they think of you and they think, oh, Mary, she's super bold, right? Okay. And greetings, ways to sign off. This you kind of get to play around with. So mine, when I rebranded, that I try to put in my emails, I try to say in my podcast, but I still forget. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Is create and own your magic. So you've probably heard that from me if you've been in my realm for a while. If not, you hopefully will, because I try to be intentional about saying it and things. But I'll say, like, here's to creating and owning our magic, because that's part of my brand. I'm helping you create something and really own it. Step into that power of you, that you have this capability to do whatever you want to create, right? And so that is my way to sign off. So, especially if you're doing this for live video and you're afraid you're going to forget, which I've been here, there, done that. Get a little post-it note and write some of these phrases or write some of these words and stick it next to your phone, stick it next to your computer so that you remember to do your sign off. So you remember to ask people to say live or replay, that you remember to interact with people. I would love to know, speaking of interacting, I would love to know in the comments, just drop it, if you do live video or not. Because all of this you can incorporate into lives, and this will make your live videos so much better if we get to be intentional. And intentionality is a huge thing when we're growing our business. Oh, here's the how do you want people to feel. Okay, and then our last adjective slide as we're working through this. I'm pretty sure this is the last one. Yes. How do you want people to feel? So same list of adjectives that we had before that I just read through. How do you want people to feel when they're working with you, when they see your content? Maybe they're not even working with you yet. So some examples of mine: inspired again, motivated, positive, happy, empowered, educated. So once you figure out these adjectives, you can really come up with, okay, today I want to make an empowerment post. Today my post needs to be positive and happy. Today my post is going to be educational. So this can help you decide kind of what kind of post you're making. Feel free to steal some of my words. They're words for everyone. Maybe you want people to feel magnetic. Maybe you want them to feel like a powerhouse, passionate about something. You want them to feel relatable, like they relate with you. Maybe you want them to feel unique, welcomed. You want them to feel energetic or some sort of energy from you. Committed, commitment, community, confidence, again, dedicated, direct, goal-driven. So how do you want people to feel? And the really cool thing with how we want people to feel, and with all these questions, I just want to remind you that you get to create these. You get to show up like these every single day. And yeah, you can have off days. I mean, we're human, we have off days. But just really reminding yourself of these adjectives that you're writing down and of your brand as you're mapping it out can really set the stage for you up leveling in ways that you would never believe possible. Like, especially when you wake up and you're in a bad mood, you remember your to-do list, it's 25 miles long, you're never going to get it done. All these negative thoughts kept coming in. Been there and done that. It happens a lot. I get it. but then reminding yourself, like, what are my values? Like, what do I want people to think of me? Like, that I'm honest, that I have integrity, that I'm a leader, I'm driven, I'm authentic, I'm inspiring, I'm fun loving. Would that girl be laying here in bed thinking about her to-do list and already have negative thoughts creeping in her head and already, no, right? So why do we do that? So reminding yourself of this is really the first step to that up leveling and to stepping into that power. All right, let's see if anyone dropped those adjectives in the comments. Once in a while, I go live. My classes are all live videos. Love it. Go live 3 to 5 times a week. Yes, yes. I do lives. Haven't in a while. I always wish them a good day before saying goodbye and getting off. Someone that I watch her live videos, she says, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, I think, because she has people in all these time zones, and I love that. It's so catchy, and it's just the way she says it. Do lives. Lots of people do lives. Great. Short videos. Supported, empowered, seen, educated, happy. Ooh, I like seen. Seen's a good one. Happy, motivated, inspired, excited, confident, focused. Fabulous words, Autumn. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so now we have, hopefully, scraped the surface of our brand. We're getting an idea. This we are super diving into on Thursday, but I wanted to go ahead and mention it tonight. Your brand pillars. I also call these content buckets. Other people call them content buckets as well. I'm putting this on, guys, because your high school Spanish teacher goes to bed in about an hour, and I try not to do light, like blue light before that. Okay. So here's the fun part that can sometimes throw people for a loop. Or you think that the only thing you should be talking about is your product all the time. And when we do that, the problem with that is we're not building a brand. You're just supporting someone else's brand. You're supporting, I'm just going to say one, pharmacy. Like you're promoting pharmacy's brand, but you're not promoting your own brand, right? And so that's why you're here. I know that. So here is my suggestion. This is what most branding experts say as well, is to pick 3 to 5 topics, brand pillars, content buckets, whatever you want to call them, that you want to be known for. That when people see these things, they think Angie, they think Lindsay. Or when they go to your page, they're not surprised to see them. Like it's like they go to your page in order to see these things. These are the things that you're going to add value to your audience with. You're going to educate them. You're going to entertain them. You're going to share your personal stories. You're going to make connections with people over these things. And they're all going to tie together to make your brand. And your products that you sell are in these buckets, but they are not necessarily an entire bucket. Okay. I'll give you examples. So here are mine currently. My 5 brand pillars that I talk about. Disney, anything, Disney. Women in business, anything to do with promoting my business, with all of this stuff, with branding, with my podcast. Gosh, I have my whole sub themes. We're doing this on Thursday, but anything women in business, sharing books that I read. I'm going to be sharing this book with you guys at the end because it's awesome. My third bucket is inspiration. This could be quotes. This could be stories of myself and how I am building my business or how I have overcome something. And I'm trying to inspire people to not give up or to do to do things that I'm doing because I'm one step ahead of them. My fourth bucket is self-care. This is where I talk about my marathon training. This is where I added my gut health things. This is where I talk about meditating and journaling. And I share those behind the scenes with people because all of this, those first 4, all of them, I tie into my business. Okay. I show the self-care that I have the self-care because like I mentioned, I believe that women have to have this element of self-care or you will never get to the level you want to in your business. Same thing. Inspiration. I inspire people to build their businesses. Women in business, obviously business. That's my business. I'm a coach. And then Disney, I tie in because I have the Disney aspect to a lot of my programs. I have the Disney retreat at the end of my mastermind. And we just, I just have fun with Disney. It's part of my podcast. That's Disney, but it's also part of my personal life too. That's fine. And then the last thing, and I encourage you, if you are a family person, dog, mama, whatever, you're going to be posting about them most likely. This is one of the ones where you're really making connections with other people this way, is by being human and showing up and sharing about your family, sharing about your pets, like your personal life bucket almost. So this one's my family and my dog. And these tie into my other things as well, right? So my self-care with my dog, we go on walks. Family, we go to Disney World. Um, my sister does some business stuff with me, so that could be up here as well. So they all can tie together cohesively once we figure out what they are. So I'm going to give you just a couple minutes because this can be homework as well. And I don't want to stay on here for too awful long because I want to give you time to really like dive into this. What are some of your content buckets, just ideas that you have? And these can be things that you haven't posted about yet. If you're sitting here and you're like, man, I really would love to post about inspirational things, but I haven't done it yet, write it down. That could be an idea. And then you can always go back through, combine buckets together. Like I've had times where I've had another bucket in here and this inspiration bucket was in self-care. So maybe one of yours is, makeup. I wouldn't put the name of your company here, but I would put makeup because you're going to be sharing tips and tricks and educating and pictures of yourself with it on. When you're done, I would love to see some of these in the comments. Inspiration, self-care. I post, Angie, good question. I post always on my personal page. My business page is linked to my Instagram. My Facebook business page is linked to my Instagram. And so they post the same. Sometimes it's different content. Sometimes it's the same as my personal page. My personal page, I add in sometimes a few things that don't really pertain to these buckets. So, for example, I posted about like the Columbus teachers on strike. Really has nothing to do with any of my 5 buckets. That's just me supporting my friends, connecting with my friends, and something that I stand for as part of my values. Jeep, sunflowers, beach, family, self-care, inspiration, books. Great. Angie, let's add one where you can talk about your business. Something about your business in there. Business, guys, should be one of your buckets. Something related to your business, at least. Scrapbooking, Disney, family, self-care. Okay, do we have a business bucket in there? Inspiration, travel, exploring Japanese culture. Oh, that's fun. Again, do we have a business? Is your business listed there? Makeup and crafts, farm life, inspiration, self-care, family, animals. Okay, I'm assuming your business is one of those. Antiques, history. Susan, is your business listed there? Communication, adventures, creativity, family, teaching. Yes, because Autumn's a teacher. Oh, Susan, I see now. You had a couple posts. Gotcha. We're good. Self-care, beauty, inspiration, family life with my pets. Supriya? I don't know what that is. Helping survivors of child sexual abuse. Okay. Biz wellness. Okay. Awesome, guys. Yeah, so we definitely want to make sure that one of these buckets is our business. Because this is where I see a lot of women falling into the trap of like, okay, I'm going to talk about Disney and inspiration and self-care in my family, but I'm never going to mention my business. We have to mention our business, ladies. We have to. And we're going to talk about this in content. We're going to talk about it a little more tomorrow night, but it should be obvious. Once we get started making our content for our brand buckets, it should be obvious who we are, what we stand for, what people can find with us, how they can work with us. So if someone comes to your page and they're like, oh my gosh, I freaking love this woman. How can I work with her more? It should be obvious somewhere on there if they can join your team, if they can buy your services somehow, how can they work with you? I can't tell you how many people I have gone to their wall and I've seen them talk about like a makeup product. And I'm like, ooh, I would love to try that. There's no link anywhere. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to buy it then. Like we have to make this easy for people. So that's one huge reason that our business needs to be a pillar. The other reason is we're creating credibility as an expert. You are an expert. You know something about your thing or you would not be doing it. Let's see what else. Homeschooling. Yes. Health journey. We have a lot of homeschool people. I love it. Let's see if we have any questions. Do you mention your business in your personal page every day or not? Not every day. I will say though, like my cover photo right now, my personal page, you guys are welcome to go to it when we're off here, is promoting my podcast. And if you click on it, I'm pretty sure it directs you either to my Facebook group or to my links where people can work with me more. So I guess I will say my profile is optimized. Now, I do try to mention my business every day in my stories. So I will show behind the scenes. Tonight I did a story. I was getting ready to do a podcast interview. I shared the story of the women in my membership last night. We were doing like a power hour together. I shared that last night. So I do share it in my stories every day, not always in a post on my personal Facebook wall. My Instagram, I don't post everyday static. I post probably 3 to 5 times a week. The majority of that is business related, but it's not always a promotion post. Okay. So there's a difference between like giving value with your posts and a promotional sales post. Now, there are other people that say you should sell every day. I think you get to work up to that. I don't think that's something that you can do and try to be selling people every single day on your personal wall from the beginning. That's how you get followed, in my opinion. All right, visual aspects. Things to consider: your fonts, your colors. Are you going to make a logo? My suggestion for font, these are out of order. This drives me crazy. My suggestion for fonts is to pick 1 to 3 fonts. And I'll actually go into Canva and show you my brand board. 3 to 5 colors, 3 being your main colors and 2 being like accent colors. And then to create templates for things. You're going to use everything up here to create your own graphics and put your watermark, aka your logo, on the ones you make so they're recognized by your audience. So I recommend Canva Pro. That should say Canva, not iCanva. And I'm going to just show you my brand kit. Maybe it's this. Yeah. So you can create this on Canva as long as you have Canva Pro. And you can add all sorts of things here. So you can see this was my old color palette. This is my new color palette, very similar. I actually have 6 colors. I rarely use this light blue. I think it's the light blue I rarely use. I guess this one had 6 too. So you want a mixture of dark and light because they're going to show up differently in different varieties of graphics. Here's my 3 text styles. I recommend what is this called? Like a print text and then a script text or 2. Some people have 2 of these and 1 of these. It's totally up to you. Now I'll show you, if you do brand colors, this is a really fun way. So I literally, when I very first got started, went down through these and I was like, which one is speaking to me with my values, the woman I want to attract? So this is a really fun way, and you can just search. So like, I think I searched pink because pink's my favorite color. And went down through. And then you can also, if you really love a color, let's see, click on it and it'll show you the number. And then you can always add it to another, like, and make your own palette. Okay, so that's what I recommend for brand palettes. I'm gonna delete that. Fonts, same sort of deal. I just went through fonts and picked ones that really spoke to me. My logo, these ones I actually had made. This is the one that was in some of your emails tonight. I made this just on here on Canva. You can make logos. And then just upload it as a logo with a transparent background, and then you can put them on things. So this is what I'm going to show you what I mean by like creating templates. So whenever I share about a podcast episode, I just pull this up and it's already like my colors. It's going so slow. already my fonts, and I literally then just have to change the title and then I can download it again. So make things easier for yourself by making, oh no, I don't want to edit it. By making, by utilizing the resources you have for you. So if you frequently give a makeup tip, just go to Create a Design and share your makeup tip. Like create an Instagram post size or a Facebook post size. Pick which one you want because they're different sizes to optimize, and create one. And then you're going to put all your stuff on it, change your colors. It can be super easy. And once you have everything saved in your brand kit on Canva, I wasn't planning on showing this, but I'll just show it to you guys since we're on here anyway. Like it takes me 2 seconds to make a post. Like I just go on here, click the background, click the colors. My palettes then show up here. I want a pink one. I pull up the text. My 3 texts are saved here. So I'm going to pull this up. This is a really bad post. Happy Thursday. And then I change it to my colors, make it bigger, download it, stick my logo on, which is here. Sticking my logo down here. And then when people see this or when people share it or whatnot, they're going to think of me because they recognize my colors, they recognize my logo. And this is so much better than sharing someone else's that they've already made. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Again, I wasn't planning on showing that, but that's what I meant by this slide here. If you want to go even deeper into exactly like what colors you should be using, if you look up brand archetypes on Pinterest or even Google it, and you do like a quiz to find your brand archetype, they'll give you suggested colors and you can go from there. Okay. All right. That's all I have for tonight. I wanted to keep it under an hour. I'm just slightly over. I apologize for that. Here's where you can connect with me if we are not already connected. That's my Instagram handle. Honestly, I do a ton on Facebook. I am one of the quote unquote odd ones that has built my business primarily on Facebook. So feel free to DM me as well. If you have not checked out my podcast, lots of great stuff, even on branding and things like that on there as well. And I'll see you tomorrow for part 2. So make sure you take a picture of your work, take a picture of the screen, take a picture, screenshot. I don't really care, but tag me on social and I will reshare with you guys or reshare you guys to my audience as well so that everyone can tell. And the one last thing that I wanted to show you was this book. And I will put the link for this book in the comments. So this is Kelsey Curtis. She's actually the photographer who took my picture on my profile picture. My sister is also a photographer, but Kelsey has taken the most recent pictures of me, and she's the one who did that. She has this book, The Kelsey Curtis Connection Method. It's about branding. It's excellent. I did a workshop with her, so it dives, I mean, you can see how thick it is. It dives way deeper into this one night of like the branding elements that we talked about. Let's see if there's some questions on here I can answer. Can you download Canva on your laptop? I just use canva.com on my laptop. I don't know about an app for Canva on a laptop. I have it on my phone. I'll be honest. I don't like the app. I like the website so much better. Let's see. I think other people were doing buckets. I think I answered all the questions. If I did not get your question, feel free to send me a DM or tag me on here. Thank you guys so much for joining me live and sticking through. There are 20 of you still on live. After we've been on an hour, you are rock stars. Work through this stuff tonight. If you want feedback on anything you've got, send it to me. Send me a voice clip. I would be happy to help you go through some of this. And then I will post a link to this book on the main page as well. So you can pick this up if you're really interested in diving even deeper into this. Happy Tuesday. I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Bye-bye.